afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, another rousing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane of Theatre 1 vs 1 on Holotniferma Winter. We shall be watching Tab, running here for Germany, Deutschland, the Oberkommando West, rolling out here for the Großdeutschland Panzerdivision versus Propegate, fighting for the Soviet Union and the wills of Comrade Stalin. Taking on the fight here for the 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps. The Shock Army got motor and mechanized versus Tab, who's gone straight on for breakthrough, though can really also happily scavenge. So there's a bit there, or salvage, I can't fully remember either of those. Said he went for breakthrough. But back here too, Protogenic with a dual combat engineer start, by the way, here. Dual might indicate he's going for an early. Yes, indeed, Special Rifle Command, or could have been a support room company, but that's a lot less common than if they go for the Special Rifle Command, that way opting for some more aggressive Strafniki play early on with scout cars and other fun things to back that up. Either way here, Protogenic will be laying out a bit more heavily versus his fascist opponent. Spreading out so far a bit here across the map. Volksgrenadier for the center, Sturmpionier north. But all here the Russians are rushing for the central, or the northern fuel point here. Sturmpioniers are taking up position in the building. Probably expecting some action, though of course they can note on the minimap, and there we go. Sturmgewehr fire versus Mosin Nagants. Russians pulling up there into cover. The conscripts. And we're noting here an earlier Kenmare, for that's due to the fact he noticed they're doing loading, that his opponent had several bulletins that might indicate some kind of armoured car rush, amongst other things. In fact, we do have a scout car as soon as humanly possible there then for Protogenic. So in this case, of course, I mean, bulletins can help you, but if you make things a bit too obvious, you might also make it a bit too easy for your opponent to sort of at least set up some countermeasures. So a little fun note there. Again, Merv is slowly crawling up, focus moving up kind of from the conscripts, although the conscripts are going to have to pull out of there. Not a good Strafniki following up there for Protogenic. Again, Merv taking up position there. A very small rocket weapon. Was sort of meant, well, basically, initially the Germans, the figure, you know, when they got the Panther around the figure, you know, it needs something to be a bit more stable. And something like Kenmeth was overall more stable than a Panther, but overall it's basically just a Panther on wheels, if you will. On the other hand, the Germans realised, you know, it doesn't have to be, and so we had the more regular Panther. Ooh, misses there. Good Lord, Helmut.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Carting that little weapon forwards. Flamethrowers up, going in here. Large head-on assault, pulling out into cover. Well, they might want to stop, so they can begin using the flamethrower there versus the Volksgrenadiers. But there we go. Charging in, taking up the Sturmpioniers to try and cut off the retreat path there, maybe getting them out on the retreat there. Good job, good job. He might have to retreat very rapidly there and hope he doesn't get too punished, but there we go. A small victory for the Soviet peoples there as they escape a horrible death. Communists, on the other hand, might be caught on a slightly more unhealthy note. As they try to sneak about there. Making good progress. Another Sturmpioneer unit out there then for Tab. Calling in more from the Panzerpionier Abteilung. Scout car rolling a bit back and forth. No sign of commander from Protogenic. No sign of the breakthrough from Tab. No, say Sturmoffizier to boost nearby Soldaten. And going there, go with the copper point. Nicely done there. Nicely done. Meanwhile, fighting here going on a bit more rapidly and then heavily in the center. And there we go, Communist squad was wiped out, brutally executed. That's the best the Reich could offer at this time and place, that is. I'm taking up position in the scout car, looking a bit bad and worse for wear. The second Strafniki unit, and he's also getting in there as flamethrowers. We're really setting up here for some early assaults from Protogenic. Troops rolling about there. And there we go, Guards motor, ever popular, arrives here for Propagate. Sturmpanies will have to fall back. I mean, they can do alright versus Scout Car. The problem is just for all these penal troops around them with flamethrowers, the chance of the Sturmpanies actually doing something alright in this case rapidly decrease, and the chance of them getting utterly wiped out in the first go rapidly increase. Finally striking towards the south. I mean, so far he's been nicely contained here by Propagate in the north. He needs to get a few points soon because that's the overcommand of this. Fuel is rather a continued pressing matter, but looks like he's trying to shift towards there. But of course, at the same time, the kind of strategy and tactic that he's playing for Mr. Propagate does allow him to sort of more swiftly guard. Thanks to the scout car, he can sort of quickly cut off attempt or harassment attempt. So things are a bit ugly at the moment here for Tab initially. The Soviet army has struck, and it is struck hard. More regular conscripts following up. Point there being secured. The same there.
We have more conscripts at our disposal.
And a smaller assault right down south. There we go. I checked the fuel point there. Denied. In fact, we could these folks are getting wiped out on retreat if he's not lucky. Lots of guns. There they go. Panther strikes up here, clearly indicating the Tab's a bit worried about the scout cars, obviously. Volksker's taking further and further damage. There's so far. Oh, never mind. Dieter and Friedrich about to go down there. There we go, down to one man. Can he make it? Can he make it? A hot position opening up. They're doing a bit of damage ultimately, though. Scout car escapes, although Yuri flies out of the car. He should have worn seatbelts, comrades. Further finding here in the centre, seeing a bit of action as well. Overall, though, Tab is very much struggling versus the very aggressive early game pressure then from Propagate, who's so far really laying it in. And we're noting here, Infanterie shoots up battle group headquarters. A bit of a light infantry gun should be helpful versus the scout can get hit, but it'll certainly also apply a bit of pressure versus the infantry. Nurses up there. The field infirmary. Guards on the way. Mine spotted, but sadly we do see that it ends up retreating fast due to the presence of the conscripts. There's the strong pioneers. Oh! Yuri went down there to a puncher trick. Straight into the gut. There goes Sturmpanies flanking in from the north, forcing the conscripts to have to vacate the premises and in fact conduct a full retreat. Pressure so far being applied nicely. Scout being repaired. Also good use of merging here, by the way, ensuring he doesn't have to press much to reinforce those Strafniki. And Panzerfusiliers out. The Panzer Grenadier regiments, in fact, known in the course doctrine, were known as Panzerfusiliers rather than Panzer Grenadiers. Little fun fact there. It's moving out there, a 6-man unit. Car 98Ks. And there you go, Infantry sitting up, and there we go. Nice starting shot there. Guards infantry decide they have better places to be. A shot ring out there across the rooftops. Looks like he's moving it up a bit there. 2 Panzerfusilier units up there. No sign of the Sturmoffizier. Also note there was in fact a bigger variant of this called the Schwere Infanteriegeschütz with a 15cm gun. There was also a self-propelled version of that in fact, which was part of the Panzer divisions. The Grille. Either way, a bit of light engagement there. North wants pushing trouble. There we go, get the scout car down finally. Come on, oh, Friedrich. Have you been at the schnapps again? That was quite unfortunate there. Panzerfusiliers managed to turn things down around here quite nicely. A steel grenade have turned a lot of these intestines into pulp. leaving a lot of Russians dead or dying. Schwere Wehrmacht-Schlepper rolling forward through the snow. At least he's got the fuel point. He might get the one in the south as well, but we do not already hear a tank battalion command. I mean, he gets the fuel points. No, he does not opt for an early T-34. Instead, he goes straight for the T-70, feeling perhaps there's time to have a bit of pressure towards his opponent with some lighter armor. Brave decision. Ooh, running straight towards the building, getting right past the storm pioneers due to the low visibility. Nicely done there. Right here, though, I will have to say Tab makes a slight mistake. He actually sets him up in front. There's more windows rather than sitting up here where there are less windows, so that was a bit of a tactically unsound decision right there by Tab. Stormhosts are closing on victory too. Actually, time to look over here at Tab. 2 Panther Fusilier units, 1 Volksgranit, 2 Sturmpioniere, Infanterie, Schützen, Kettenwerfer. And there we go. Schwerer Panzer Headquarters, Deutschland. With its 30cm anti-aircraft gun now on top. There you go, T-10 moving in, and poor Heinz goes down. Bit of a nasty turnaround there for Tab. Just as going with the fuel point then in north. Further fighting breaks out. Sturm Pioneers supposed to bring in versus the Guards infantry. A quick fragmentation. But no, infantry which fires, and there we go. We could see them go down. Sturm Pioneers themselves almost get right, and thanks to the blizzard, though, they are able to safely escape. Though rather close there, rather close. A few millimeters to the right, and that Panther check would have gotten Dimitri's feet. Strafniki moving in from the other side. In fact, we're seeing an all Strafniki assault going in there from several sides there. Following the battery. There we go. Shield Granate. Yuri, number 3, went down. And there we go. Assaulting T-70 moves in towards the centre. A bit of a silly move that he ought to know by now that I can't he hasn't moved. And there we go. Thanks to the visibility provider, the Panther was able to fire off an anti-tank rifle grenade, which overall leaves the T-70 crippled like a crippled duck. And makes it a very easy target there for the KNF inside the building, which is overall pretty safe. Resulting in a quick destruction there. An alternate option there, by the way, for something to be salvaged if he so decides. For a bit of extra fuel then. And he's actually gone here for a Lux Aufklärungspanzer. Might have been a response to the T-70. Feeling perhaps he can get a Panzer II to sort of hold things off at the same time with the fuel points. And of course, other things to keep in mind. It could prove to be a slightly unfortunate decision, though in the end, turns out will have to depend on how well he uses his Lux Aufklärungspanzer.
Conditions clear. The blizzard is gone.
Nice shot there from the Infanterie. Shot sadly though, they only shatter at the rooftops. So there you go, turning into those naughty communists. With its Kampfkanone. Just tearing through, and there we go, a mine clears out the last one. Person noting a heavy mortar test arrived for Protogenic. Scout coming north with Guards infantry, conscripts following up. Oh no, the house collapsed at heavy mortar fire, killing the crew inside. A tragic loss. Well, looks like he might be able to get the scout car here. Guards infantry are getting out, they might try to butt in up to save the scout car. And there we go, also firing anti-tank rifles into that thinner armour. Bad situation in particular, the Russians run up there with an anti-tank grenade, which seems, yes indeed, to be the case. Polska's not looking too good either. Can the Lux escape here? Grenade goes off, and there we go, the Guards infantry take a punishing beating. Lux here could finish them off, down to 1 man. No, he merges! Loses the country squad, but he is able to salvage out the country squad. Very close there, very close there. I mean, in the end, saving Guard squad is certainly a bit better than losing it. So, a bit of a heroic sacrifice then to a certain extent. But a nice save right there of an otherwise valuable Guards infantry squad. Well done there, well done. Though, of course, he's going to miss that infantry squad otherwise. In fact, he's rather low on units overall at the moment. He's rather taking a severe beating there at the hands of Tab and the Großdeutschland Panzerdivision. Panzer Fusiliers continuing to roam about. No Gewehr for the fleet so far for them. Quiet here, and we're noting another Kenmev on the way. He's only going to be some time off from getting a Panther, even holding 2 fuel points. We are looking at least about 6 minutes or so. Scout Courage to move on again. Storm Pioneers holding up as well as they can. And again, quick veterans one there for the Lux. Striking hard at the Strafniki, but now we are seeing a bit of heavy armor up here for the Protogenic. A T-34-76. Lux will definitely not have an easy time with that. Forced to roll a bit back there. Another Volksgun is got on the way then. That's a choice for Tab. Now that's interesting. Might be an idea to get another Panther check, I suppose. Otherwise it could be spending that munitions then on Gewehr for the fleet or recon packages. Bingo. Panther check. Interesting enough, he does not seem to be using salvage operations here. I mean, that T-70 could be a nice bit of fuel there for Deutschland to fuel the Panzers. Or at least keep them slightly less starved. Further heavy fire going on. And there we go. Caught in a crossfire of rockets. The T-34's ult's been forced away there. Not enough time then to get off an anti-tank rifle grenade. Comes the Germans. Southwest being Nazi Guards infantry. Making good progress, but still he's rather uneven. It looks like he's actually switching over to snipers now, hoping to perhaps that way drain his opponent a bit of manpower. An interesting move there. I think don't see snipers often versus the Oberkommando. It's not because it's necessarily a bad choice. Panther Fusiliers almost right as Strafniki certainly laying down a vicious fire with their SVT-40 semi-automatic rifles. Infanterie just continue firing here. Raketenwerfer in a bad position, and there go the Lux striking upon the heavy mortar, almost getting it killed in the process, but not quite succeeding.
Standing by. Send orders.
Tab's forces are a bit overextended. He's striking as much as he can, doing as much damage as humanly possible, but he's still striking. And there go the T-34 moving in. Going straight here versus the Guards infantry. And getting in point blank. So in this stage, one could confuse them with conscripts and might react to them like they're conscripts. There they go, T-34 takes a few hits. Looks like the Lux was actually able to penetrate the front arm there a bit with a few good shots. Probably very lucky shots though. Troops reinforcing. Sturmpioneers etwas gefechtsbereit. There we go, we got the lightest and logical ships firing, got Volksguns moving in. Both squads are rather depleted insofar the Panther Fusiliers are the ones looking better, and there we go. A light combined arms assault towards the north there. Panther Fusiliers leading the way, Lux following up and then finishing off the job, it would seem. Will he be able to get them out? There we go, he might even get the snipers! No! The scout car drives straight into it! Scheiße, Ivan, oh look where you're driving! I could have almost killed one of your comrades, you bastard. In there go the gains direction tune on this, gains a higher rate of fire and some more accuracy, making more lethal. T-34 rushes ahead. Ken left to sort of got the centre. No, south is extremely open to a bit of harassment there. And again, at the current moment, the force that Progenic has is very ill-suited for the defence because it really can't hold a lot of territory. So rather than need to keep up the pressure upon Tab, he needs to sort of keep trying to draw away pressure that way, hoping he can sort of, you know, draw attention from elsewhere. Ooh, close action run there for the one returning mortar already. You should also consider some more combat engineers to help speed up repairs. Oh, whoops. A wrong button. Over to Propagate again, getting a second sniper team. Now that's rather interesting. He's going for a very bold approach then, something that can try to keep up the pressure and hopefully relieve pressure elsewhere, though at the same time, I mean, it's going to put his eggs into a very small pair of baskets. Panther was making a run for the south, Volkswagen's nearby as well. Slight anti-tank belt with those Panthers Rex, though not very durable or threatening necessarily. There you go, Panther was getting assaulted here. Looks moving up support. KMF is pouring as well. He's predicting this northern strike with the tank. Snipers creeping up. Panther Fusiliers need to be careful. 4-6, 4-6. Franz went down there. A sad moment. Guards from being caught here by the looks. And the Panther is finally forced away. Overall, the situation is getting chaotic. The north is lost, even the centre is forced to withdraw a bit. The south, though, is currently German-ish. Of course, the question will be how long that will be maintained under the pressure here. Approach enemy. Also knowing a lot of manpower being floated by Tab. A bit unfortunate again, it is not too uncommon at the moment to have a German player unsure what to, an Overcommander West player specifically, unsure what to do with the manpower as they're waiting for something like, say, a Panther, which he clearly is. And I imagine in part he's just saving up manpower in case he suffers losses and has to reinforce a lot of troops as well. Galgo goes to the Panther Fusiliers. Nice anti-tank rifle grenade, pulling up to cover them. They might be able to actually win this engagement, but there we go, Veteran T2. Just match on things against them. Never mind, right head from the heavy mortar. Another guard survival squad arriving there for Propagate. You want a sniper? Bit quiet here and there. Still no great usage of breakthrough by Tab though. Only Panther Fusiliers, no officers, no anything. Bit disappointing in that, but oh well. Veteran one of the heavy mortar to 8 kills, veteran to 1. Precision strike is now available. That's a thought. Looks like he's saving up there for the pair of T-3045s, and he could consider field cats or sort of speed that up in the shorter to longer term. That's a small suggestion. And there you go. Panther is now on the way for Tab, unless he feels really burdened for some reason, decides to aim for the Sturm Tiger, that seems rather unlikely. Good thing he could have gotten that earlier. Sturm Tiger is advancing forwards. T-34 moving in. Guards him there. Ow! Scheisse, they got absolutely massacred right there. As they all tried to make their way into the door, the Lukes just massacred them, and the Sturm Tiger is finished off the rest. That was just... oh, good lord. Several weapons left behind there. T-34 roaming about, and there we go. Panzerkampfwagen 5 arriving here. Panzer for Tab. And Panther Rex there. Might be able to get the T-34. Need to get out of the Propagate. But Blizzard once more set in, and that does barely allow them to get away. There's also a bit of weapons there that could be secured. No DPs. Looks like just all PTRS. Which point perhaps less necessary. Snipers continue to snipe there, but the appearance looks, although rather damaged, and the Panther does so. Oh! What the hell was that? Was that a mortar? Yes, the heavy mortar got the looks. Good night, Dieter. One hell of a hit there from the heavy mortar. Most unexpected. And nonetheless, the looks was put out of commission there, thanks to a good strike there from the Soviet mortar crew. The KMF in trouble there, Stephanie can get it on retreat maybe. That looks like he does manage to escape.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Infantry 6 continuing to fire here. Panther firing in point blank from machine guns.
Supply sector under attack.
And time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation has been a bit like always most of the fight here. The Tab is under a lot of pressure. We are seeing some very aggressive play from Propagate, though Propagate at the same time seems to have sort of switched over from one strategy to another. Having initially had some more aggressive elite infantry, he suffered rather heavily in the infantry department, sort of shifted towards snipers to that play of pressure. Now he's sort of trying to shift back to infantry a bit more. In an overall bat, though, in this larger term, it also seemed to be, you know, he's played initially for one T-34 bit of armor, that way keeping his opponent a bit under pressure, then building up for T-30-45s. Overall, not bad, but again, you know, a part of me would always say if you're playing for some kind of heavier doctrine armor, you should always try and get a fuel cache up at the very least. Right now, an additional infantry squad, though, might be helpful, otherwise, you know, setting up for those T-30-45s and then striking hard your opponent would work out quite nicely, and particularly catch all this infantry with, say, those T-30-45s, he could cause Tab a lot of damage and a lot of grief. Mortar, of course, can also continue keeping up pressure as well, or maybe use a bit of smoke there to sort of obfuscate things. That could certainly also be used to say if he knows where there's a position, lay down the smoke, then charge through the tanks, causing quite a bit of havoc. So, I mean, keeping the overall strategy sort of at the moment would be good. Just needs to be a bit careful around. There's a Panther on the field. That's going to be his main issue, I would say. And certainly marked vehicle and compartment with a pair of all his tanks at one time could probably result to the destruction of it. Unless, of course, a lot of infantry nearby to keep it supported, in which case things could get a bit more messy. For Tab, got plenty of infantry, so no problems there. His issue is a bit more keeping the armor up and sort of also keeping at the pressure alright. He needs to sort of more decide on what part of the map to sort of hold initially. I would say, you know, go for the north. There's both victory points and the fuel point to set up a bit more of a cohesive defense that way and sort of slowly strike out from then and moving towards north and then slowly securing the rest of the map would work better. Setting up for another Panther would be an idea, and of course salvaging wrecked armor and vehicles should certainly also be a high priority, I would say. The more fuel he can gain, the better, and maybe getting another Panther or a Sturm Tiger to support all that could be good. I mean, floating a lot of manpower. I mean, Obersoldaten would also be a nice idea, or just getting more Kettenwerfer, or say another lightest Infanterie Schutz. That way setting up a smaller battery to constantly batter away at his opponent. That could also be a considerable idea for him. One wants to put it, say for example also getting a Sturm officer to sort of get a bit more of his infantry would also actually be a pretty half decent idea. That's rather it. Back to Progenic and back to the fight. Also in terms of damage, I forgot about that. Noticeable advantage to a certain extent to him. Also in terms of kills, they're not too far ahead, not too crazy, but still to a certain extent that's where his advantage is. He's been sort of able to keep things going that way, you know, not losing too much and inflicting several slots to his opponent, but at the same time he's been constantly giving up ground for that, so he's rather been valuing damage and kills over territorial gains and sort of hope to that way slowly grind his opponent down, which is not necessarily a bad idea if he can keep up things as they are. And it looks like a Guardian squad here got absolutely hammered. Mine's going up. DP and anti-tank drive could be secured. I would definitely suggest grabbing that DP light machine gun. Snipers continue to keep up pressure.
We are losing territory.
Northern fuel pumping secured as well. Southern fuel pumping grabbed here by some Panther Fusiliere. And actually setting the snipers in. Fancy that. Panther seems to be being hit with so all of a sudden they go, oh, Sturm is in trouble, but looks like they might be able to escape. Oh, looks like there was a DP amongst the wreckage. And there go, the T-30-45s are now available. Were available for Protogenic. Seems like he's spent a bit of manpower or something else. I would guess the snipers. And I think Tab is just waiting to see where the armor's going to appear and then sort of counterattack with his Panther there.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Nothing so far. There we go. T-30-45s arrive. Bigger tanks moving in. Oh, almost got the Foster squad there. If he charges in now, gets the kill with the machine gun, that could be it. Very close there, very close. Ow! Helmut did not make it. There's another rather depleted squad down there. There you go, Panther counterattacks. T-35 moving in, constantly like they're trying to get off an anti-tank grenade. which could then be followed up with a marked vehicle. And now it looks like the Panther does escape. And T-34 shoots and misses. Panther, though, crashing through large blocks of timber, gets off a nice hit in return, hits and connects. And quickly breaking off the pursuit, they're realising that's probably not going to lead well. In fact, it could lead into a small ambush being set up here by Tab. Who knows? When sending off to strike at other units. Good job there. Well, the Panther gets off another hit there with the high velocity 75mm gun. Few points constantly shifting hands alongside the victory points. Tanks are being repaired. Troops reinforced. And he's getting another looks now. I'm not entirely convinced that's going to be a grand idea considering how much enemy armor of a high caliber there's out on the field at the moment. He should rather have been aiming for another Panther as soon as humanly possible, I think. But there you go. Give effort to freeze up for this Fusiliers. They're coming under sniper fire. Might get them though. Veteran 24 even. That was a bit of a bloody close shave there. We still got the heavy mortar bombarding away most merrily. But overall, Taps is a bit more passive at the moment, perhaps trying to figure out what to do. Needs to form up a counter-attack, I think. There we go, the Panther force is getting slowly drained down south, and there we go, full retreat. Ooh. Looks like the looks might be sent in to finish off the job, and there we go, perhaps hearing the sound of something rumbling on the horizon. The snipers beat a very brave retreat. Let's go here with the Stravniki. Very interesting. Move there with the Panzer II. And there you go, charging straight into them. Getting off a few kills. And there you go. Large armoured assault on the move here. Seems to avoid the attention of the Panther strike going down here. Still no securing of those weapons. Consul's getting wiped, and ooh, yes indeed. No chance of survival there. The Infantry just got the killing blow. Back to Tab, who's getting orbital done now, about time.
Ready for orders.
Looks like there we go, securing a DP. Tanks moving in. The Fist of Stalin has arrived. No response from Tab. He seems not very interested in engaging this right off the bat. Hey, Mortax advancing up rather close there. Protogenic, maybe perilously close. Snipers hunting in the north. Tons of infantry. Panzer Fusiliers here, getting drained out. Bled white. Nice hit there. Looks like he's barraging the heavy mortar. A small artillery tool. Looks is moving north. Oh, he seems to be moving straight into his demise. Very little health left already. Bit of a reckless move, and there we go. Good night. Looks bursting into flames. Vodka's moving north here, another squad out of the Panther. Seems very intent on relying those Panthers so far. Seeing actually very little action, he's being very restrained with it. Not entirely sure that's a go, but there we go. Armoured assault going in. 3 tanks. Heading over for those raids to support. Schwerer Panzer quarters as well. Veteran one there for the Panther. 1 T-54 already heavily damaged. Moving up for repairs. Of course, self-repair is also a good ability to have. The Panthers moving in, might be trying to get off a kill. Or just get the snipers. very close there with the artillery, but not quite, not quite. Got one of the snipers though. There you go, small armoured duel between the Panther and the tank. And there you go, T-35 secures a very devastating blow there through the frontal armour. Still rather struggling to gain map control, points are ticking down rather rapidly. Fuel is definitely not going in his favour. There you go, Pin troops with an anti-tank rifleman up to try and deal with the Panther there, applying a bit further pressure. Armoured counter-attack might be able to be mustered here. Seems like he's being a bit drawn. Orbs on the rank, there we go. Quickly ending a few of those penal troops. Artillery fire on the Schwerpanzer headquarters. And another barrage there from the Infanterie shoots in an attempt there to silence it. No, not a barrage, just regular fire. Armored assault trying forward again. Straight into the orbital down, who need to retreat. Zurückfahren, Leute. And there you go, Panther for setting up here. If he's going to launch an assault, he needs to get off Mark Vehicle. There we go, Mark Vehicle is up, tank to ting, but over here taking heavy damage from the Kenmare from Panther and other things. Needs to be a bit careful, he's taking an awful lot of damage. There we go, Panther finishes off 1 T-35, he charged right into the lion's den. And there we go, another Kenmare hit. He might have overestimated his chance a bit. He might be losing the T-35. There you go, Veggie with the Panther thing and quick losing. Oh, no, gets caught up in the snow and slowed down. Panther managed to get away here. There you go. Ah, this could be it. This could be the end. Rocket shoots and misses, and there we go. T-34-76 went down as well. A bit of a reckless assault there. He went right into the opponent's base to get a Panther. A very risky maneuver. He should have known there were plenty of Panther tracks on the Kenwerfers, and in this case he got absolutely punished for not taking that into consideration. Now it's a serious chance here for Tab to get back into the fight. His opponent made a very, very fatal mistake. And now is the time to strike while the iron is hot. And of course getting that Panther repaired as well as humanly quickly as possible. Since he only can't afford to wait much longer. Oh. Nice hit there from the heavy mortar. Veteran T2 already as well. Parts of was advancing. One squad very close to Veteran 5. There we go, Veteran 5 up. Strafniki out in the open. Easy targets for such veteran Soldaten. And there you go, the Panther is gefechtsbereit moving forwards. No mines. Oh, there's a mine there actually. Standing by. Send orders. Though there has been surprisingly mines there for attack, and there you go. Combos moving straight into the line of fire with the Panther. Veteran to 2. Fox goes firing away, and oh, the infantry crew died. A horrible explosive death. Sniper fire continues, the harassment, the attrition. Orbs gone up north, actually striking a bit as well, suffering rather heavily, maybe to the snow or to Russians. Most companions, veterans fleet as well.
Troops are freezing to death. Action must be taken immediately.
Looks like the storm pioneers might get wiped on the retreat if he's not careful due to the cold, the blistering, uncaring cold. No tank still being salvaged. Another pair of T-35s close to be ramming here for Protogenic. And apply pressure versus Tab. North here. Snipers on their own. Oh, very close, they're very close. But Force has quickly set up a fire pit there unless he fancies them freezing to death. But we can clearly see now with the tanks gone, he can operate a lot more freely. He can sort of grab back territory more aggressively without having to worry about an armored fist punching him in the jaw. Nice damage that Panther, laying in some good hits. Doing quite a bit of damage there to the Shravniki. Pino 2's pushed away. A bit of northern harassment, but we are seeing here the pressure from Propagate is easing up. And they're going into tank grenades. Sadly, though, failed to penetrate the front army of the Panther. Now the counters might be the ones getting shredded. Next here by the Panther, the machine gun really just tearing into them. There we go, another pair of T-35s arrive. Getting close to getting another Panther. Also Sturm Tiger still playing up manpower, a lot of resources. He rather feels like he's again maybe holding a bit back or something.
It's time for action. Prepared for action.
There we go, second Panther.
You're ready. Send orders.
Panther moving forward, coming in fire from the T-35s. And there you go, mine went off. Heavy engine damage, that's very bad news. If Mark League was to follow up, though, this would turn into a tragedy, and there we go. Does. Sadly, though, the front armor does quite a bit of protection there. Very sadly for the Russians. Moving up closer for increased penetration, there we go. Infantry unit got wiped out as well. Looks like a Panther unit went down. T-35 next to escape. Oh no, he shot at the wrong thing. T-35 went down there. A slight mistake. Losing him one tank as the Panther is on the way. Of course, he doesn't know that. Come on, just one penetrating hit there. Main gun destroyed. Come on, one more hit. Shot failed again. There we go, though. 52 Panther finally went down. I think again he suffered a bit more excessive losses than were necessary. He could use the support with some infantry, but again the infantry is overall very lacking. He suffered rather heavily towards his opponent. Looks like the Panther able to finish off the other T-35, and apparently that tree there had been spaceborne. Only now falling down. Looks like that's it there for the tanks again. The lack of fuel caches, amongst other things, rather is hurting Propagate in the longer run. After that one rather failed assault here. Pressure slowly increasing. Another Panther Fusilier unit. Interesting enough, he does not go for another Orbital unit, which is probably a better replacement unit. Well, that is ultimately his own decision. Back to Propagate. Panther, you've had plenty of vehicles that could be salvaged for few, but rather seems like Tab is uninterested in that. Fight continues on, though to a certain extent I do feel like maybe if he'd actually been expending his resources more aggressively and using his Panther initially a bit more aggressively, he could have been able to finish off this fight, but I think could have won it. But of course there's still a chance here for his Propagate maybe getting a bit back, though it's certainly looking rather slim at the moment.
We are losing territory.
Opportunities at the moment rather open in several regards.
Are attempting to capture our territory.
Panther Fusiliers getting snapped down. Veteran to 3 snipers and small climb. There we go. Hans lost. And the Strafniki here rushing straight into 2 veteran to 3 Sturmpioneers and a Panther. That's rather suicidal. Further life drained out of the Germans there, but the snipers, 23 kills, Vet 23.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Can he get the kill though?
You are showing weakness. We are down to 75 points.
Down to 2 man. He might have benefited from, say, maybe in the longer term adding in a mechanized armor company and an SU-85, but that's a bit too late to say now. Panther rolling forwards.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Nego actually forces you to sniper to take points, but a quick sprint away as the Falcons move in. Stomping and rhyming, Hey Mortar moves up as well. You can certainly see that Propagate is struggling noticeably now, under a pressure. And again, those few, that one failed armored assault here really ended up hurting him quite a bit, because there was a lot of resources invested in the attempt to get one tank, which rather failed due to charging straight into an enemy base which already had some rather tightly packed anti-tank defenses.
Victory is slipping from our grasp. We have only 50 points remaining.
Down to 50 points, this is not looking too good. Reminds you of the guards' mechanized corps is getting further and further pressured and overexerted. Panther looks like might be able to finish off the unit. Oh no, he do barely escape though, pretty closely.
Fresh guards troops are standing
Another guard
by.
squad on the way, interesting decision there. Orbital down here having a bit of fun, a bit of target practice. Conscript definitely not failing one in that situation. Again, another push for the victory point there. He needs to desperately buy himself more time.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
But that is ultimately, though, not without its issues. As it does involve spreading out his forces rather thinly. Another veteran for the sniper, very close to getting wiped out by the Volksgrenadiers. Oh, and he lost the snipers up north and was close to losing this now as well to the Orbital Garden. Rather close encounter there of the fatal kind.
We must hold the enemy. We are down to our last 25 points.
25 points, 21. Things are falling apart here. Not a lot of points left. Nice grenade there, taking out the guards unit. And the snipers. Oh no. Nope, looks like she managed a rather brave retreat right there. There you go, GG from Propagate, GG from Tab.
The enemy has killed another infantry squad.
Game over all around. And there we go, a loss to the Soviet Union, a victory for Germany. Initially sort of a bit more well done for the Soviets, but as the game progressed, some flaws in the strategy of Propagate rather revealed itself, some issues with unit preservation in terms of infantry. A few mistakes in there, again, that massive armoured assault straight into all that Panther and Panther. That was really a not very well calculated risk there, and in the end rather hurt him more than he was able to hurt his opponent. Which does happen, but still, one always has to be careful when you charge into an opponent's space. That can easily turn into a nightmare for you. In this case, it did. I have to say that Tab rather felt a bit too passive throughout this fight, though, if I have to be honest as well. There were several times when he broken him and more aggressive, done a lot more damage, instead just sat about twiddling with his thumbs. Another issue was also basically a bit the floating of resources, not that good. I mean, again, I can understand with the overcommand vest, there's a lot of times where I basically feel like, well, there's nothing good to use. So I can't hardly fault him for that fully, though at the same time, times he could have probably pushed a bit more in that department. And I definitely think could have done a bit more with his commander, at least using, say, the Sturmofficer and maybe a bit of breakthrough tactics to rapidly regain ground as well. So there are some things that they could have been improved. I do definitely think, though, Propagate should have had a fuel catch. Obviously, was going to be insistently playing on this. I mean, that really requires a fuel catch to sort of really do the best in the longer term. So that was a bit disappointing, and certainly a part of me would also argue he might have to to either support women company or a mechanised armour company, so that way provide a bit more support in the longer term as well. Overall, he made more use of his commander, that's for sure, but in the end, though, the units themselves were a bit lacking in uses. There were certainly some mistakes in there with his armour compared to his opponent, when in the end he rather lost out, whereas we were able to notice the attack there was in the end able to hold up longer, lose less units, and overall survive better. So there you go. I mean, overall, I think the overall lesson of this course is, you know, don't hang about too much, but don't necessarily go charging blindly into your opponent's base either. So this is Imperial Dane saying cheers. Hope you had some fun. Hope you learned something. If you did want to subscribe to your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, send in a replay on, or provide some feedback in the comments. If you do send a replay, do provide links to the leaderboards where you are, and do provide some good details. The less things you tell me about your replay, the more likely I'm going to not use it. So this is Imperial Dane saying cheers, and thanks you all for watching. See you tomorrow.